Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are starting a new mini series. This will be a top-down shooter game made in Godot. The things we will be discussing in this series will be about player, shooting, enemy, health, levels, boss, sounds and user interface. So let's get into it. At first, let's make a new project. Let me just select the folder I want it to be and name the project. I am just going to name it 2D shooter. Now let's create a folder and run it. And we are in. Before we do anything, I like to set up the folders we will be using. Give me some time to make them. And we are done. These will be the folders I will mainly use. Also I have made some pixel arts just for you guys. Just have to add the eyes, then the mouth, and we are done.
Hold up, wait a minute.
I have made it offset by 1 pixel. Nah, I am not changing it. You guys have to deal with it. You guys also need a spotlight. How to get one, you may ask. Just go to Google and search for circle spotlight PNG and just grab one that you like. I have also made this and this. In our project, first click other nodes. Here select kinematic body 2D, name it player and save it. Now add a collision shape 2D and a sprite node, and we will use this player PNG. At the moment you can see it's blurry. To fix this, go to import presets and select 2D pixel. Now if we re-import it, it will be much clearer. And to make them all this way, click on the preset again and make it default. Now click on the collision node and add a new rectangular shape. Resize it to fit it perfectly. And our player scene is done. Now before we do anything, go to project settings. In the input map section, we will be adding some inputs for our player like right, left, up, down and fire button. After that, click the little plus icon and add a key that you want. I will be adding both the WSD and the arrow keys. And for the fire, I will be using my left mouse button. And we're done. Now let's add a script to our player. Delete all this nonsense and let's start writing our script. First, add an export variable of speed. I am setting it to 200 but we'll change it later. Then add var velocity equal vector 2. Then under func physics process delta add velocity equal vector 2. Then write if input dot is action press our right action key. Then our velocity dot x will be +1. Now the same way, if input dot is action press left, velocity dot x will be -1. The same thing goes for the up and down, but this time it will be velocity dot y. Then add velocity equal velocity dot normalized into speed, and finally add velocity equal move and slide velocity, and our player script is ready. Now if we run it, we can see our player moving, but it's moving too fast, so I will change its speed to 100. And now if we run it, it's looking much better. Now that our player is ready, we can move to our enemy scene. First create a new scene, and just like the player, add a kinematic body and name it enemy. Also add a sprite node and a collision shape, and again do the same thing. Save it and add a script to the enemy. Delete all this and start writing. Add a export variable of speed, make it lower than our player speed, and var velocity equal vector 2. Then under physics process delta, add var player equal get parent dot get node and write the name you have given to our player. Make sure to write it correctly, it's also case sensitive. Then write this long line of code. Velocity equal position dot direction to player dot position into speed. At last add velocity equal move and slide velocity. Now we will have to make a level for our game. To do so, add a new scene, give it a node 2D and rename it to level. Now click this icon to add instances. We will be adding our player scene and our enemy scene. Now let's just save it and then run it. And as you can see, it works perfectly. Now I am going to add a tile map to our game. Why tile map so early in the project? Because I said so. To do so, first make a new scene. Click on other nodes and add a tile map node. Now go to tile set, click empty and make a new tile set. Now click this plus icon and insert your tile map wherever you have put it, and a window will pop up here. Now click these 2 arrows to maximize the window. I am going to zoom in a little bit, and now create a new single tile and enable snap. Now click here to make its properties visible. Now under snap options, make it 16 by 16. Now only click this box. Now give it a collision shape and also add a occlusion to our tile map, and it's done. But now if we test it, the boxes are not in the right size. To fix this, go to cell, under size, make it 16 by 16, and now it fits perfectly, and our tile map is done. And now let's quickly rename it to walls and save it. And now let's go to our level scene and create an instance of our tile map scene. Now let's quickly make a map for our level. and we're done. This will do it for now. I will make a better map later. But before we do anything, let's run the scene and see how it goes. And as you can see, we can move through the level and our enemy still follows us. But at the moment our enemy does not have a range, so we'll give it one. To do so, just go to the enemy scene and add a area 2D under our kinematic body. Also give our area 2D a collision shape 2D and give it a sphere shape. This will be our player detection area. You can make it as big or small as you want, but this will be the size that I will give it. And also rename our area 2D to anything you like. Now go to enemy script and here make a variable can follow. Make it false. Also under physics process, write if can follow equal true, then this 3 line of code will be executed, and make sure to add a tab to this 3 line. Now only when this statement is true, it will run. After that's done, click the area 2D and go to its node. Double click body entered and connect it to our enemy script. Again go to our area node and connect body exit to our enemy script. Now write if body name equal player. Make sure to write this correctly, then can follow will be true. That means when our player enters our enemy's detection area, can follow will be true and our enemy will follow our player. The same thing happens when we exit the detection area, but this time can follow will be false. And we're done. Now our enemy has a range. Now our enemy will only detect our player when we enter this area. Now let's try it. And it works perfectly. We can have a better understanding about what's happening by making our collision shape visible. We can do this by clicking on debug and turning on visible collision shape. Thanks for watching guys. Hope you will like this series. If you did, then like, share and comment. Till next video, subscribe.